So if you don't think that witchcraft has become trendy, if you think I'm exaggerating, I'll give you some examples. So it's become really cool to call yourself a witch. So creating altars, burning sage, astrology, yes, that is part of this. Casting spells, they've all become something that young girls have gravitated toward as a form of rebellion, as a form of self-empowerment. It is very intertwined with feminism. The history of witchcraft, you can read that anywhere, is very intertwined with female rebellion. Cosmo published an article a couple years ago titled Influencer Witches of Instagram. These are women on Instagram who have hundreds of thousands of followers, teaching people to be witches, commercializing witchcraft, and so offering their services for some sort of payment. Young women on Instagram, they claim that they can help you cast spells, manifest your intentions. Now that's something that you've probably heard from people who don't claim to be witches. Read your future, help you understand your zodiac signs, your birth charts, how to cleanse your space. It sounds like witchcraft is identical to all the new age stuff that your friend from spin class is into. That's because it is. So here are 3 recent articles published by Teen Vogue. Love spells and the basics of love magic. How to do magic and other questions you might have about being a witch. A witch's guide to the new year. Practical magic 2020. Here's one in Cosmo. How to date a witch. Now, interestingly, all of these articles that I just listed, and I just kind of went through looking for recent witch and witchcraft articles. All of these articles are written by the same person. Her name is Lisa Stardust. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's probably not her real name, but that is what she goes by. Here's what she says in her Cosmo article. My parents were new age junkies, and our bookshelves were filled with bright and glossy iridescent tomes about astrology, meditation, crystals, and ways to use spices to boost magical vibes, with titles like The Complete Book of Magic and Witchcraft, Crystals and Healing, and astral projection. I don't even know what that is. But before this sentence, she says, I guess I was born witchy. And the reason why she believes that she was born witchy and born into a witchy family is for the reasons that she lists. So from a witch, she is saying that there is a connection between witchcraft and new age, meditation, astrology, crystals, the using of spices to boost magical vibes. Okay. And so this is not just me saying that there's a connection between all the new age, self-empowered, self-centered, self-focused stuff that we see in witchcraft. This is coming from a self-proclaimed witch herself. So I just want you to hear the words of a witch making that connection. The episode that I did with Doreen Virtue a couple weeks ago about the dangers of the new age, it's extremely pertinent to the conversation that we're having today. And if you have not listened to that, I highly recommend that you do. It's actually the most listened to episode. It's only been out a couple weeks. The most listened to episode of Relatable, Dangers of the New Age with Doreen Virtue. The reason why it's the most listened to is because it is so relevant to everything that's going on in the lives of young women, everything that's going on in social media and pop culture. I highly recommend you go listen to that, whether you're a young woman yourself or whether you've got a daughter, a sister, or a friend that you think that it would be relevant to. I really recommend it.